What's up with it? It's your boy Chris the Kid, and you tuning in to Raffle Planet TV. And I got a question for y'all. Do y'all feel like Derrick Rose deserved to be in the Hall of Fame? Despite him having like explosiveness of that 1 year in 2011 when he was the league's MVP that 1 year, and him being rookie of the year back in 2009, and him just being only a 3 times NBA All-Star until his tragic hit that year after when they went against the Sixers, and he wound up getting injured. Do y'all feel like he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame? Because me personally, I'm kind of hesitant, and I'm kind of hesitant about him being in the Hall of Fame due to the fact that when you look at his career after 2012, it was solid, but it wasn't that explosive D Rose that we saw back in 09, 2010, and 2011. After 2012, once we get into when he comes back from his injuries, it's like, he's cool, he's decent. He stood Derrick Rose, don't get me wrong, he stood Derrick Rose putting up numbers. It's like after his average percentage from 25, like in 2011, 12, when he averaged, or even 2010 when he averaged in the 20 plus average points per game, it wound up being just 18. He would only give you 18 points, averaging 18 points a game or 15 points a game. And to me, the media and everybody some people already knew that D Rose wasn't that guy no more. But I do remember when he was with the Timberwolves, I think it was Halloween that day, that he had an amazing game. I think he scored like 50 points or something like that. And to me, that was a D Rose that we needed. It was almost like his comeback ever since. And the Bulls are kind of dirty for trading him to the Knicks. But as I got older, I understand the NBA is a business and they had to do what they had to do. But I feel like throughout those I think he was in the NBA for 19 years. All of those times of him being in the NBA, I felt like he should have retired as a Chicago Bulls. Fuck the whole Memphis Grizzlies and going back to the New York Knicks shit. He should have ended his career with the Chicago Bulls. At the time when Derrick Rose hit the scene in 2008, which I was 11 years old, which is another tragic year because I remember Bernie Mac and Isaac Hayes down in 2008. So that was a horrific bad tragedy of a year. And Obama became president after beating John McCain and Sarah Palin and shit like that. But yeah, at that time, me as a Bulls fan at the time, I don't really like the Bulls like that due to the fact that what they did to Jerry Krause's wife was very, and especially the fans that wasn't even born yet and don't even understand what went down between Jerry Krause, Michael Jordan, and Phil Jackson. They just going off of what their parents was seeing, like when they was growing in the 90s and shit. So, do y'all feel like Derrick Rose deserved to be in the Hall of Fame? Me personally, I don't know. So that's why I'm asking y'all. So I think I think like when it comes to Hall of Fame, you gotta have a better longevity and a better resume. And somebody like a Chris Paul, who they share the same position as Derrick Rose, because Derrick Rose is a point guard. So somebody like a Chris Paul, a Rajon Rondo, and a Russell Westbrook, they had the most incredible resume to measure up to be in the Hall of Fame compared to a freaking Derrick Rose. That's just my honest opinion. But sadly, it's a possibility that he might go to the Hall of Fame due to the fact that he was the youngest MVP at the age of 22 years old, and he was the Rookie of the Year in 2009. And he was just exciting to watch in Chicago in the United Center, and you just had to be there. But my favorite player in that Chicago Bulls time was Joakim Noah. I just like how he carried that swagger with the ponytail and shit, no homo, and he was just that nigga and all that. And going back and forth at LeBron James. Joakim Noah wasn't no scrub like people painting out for him to be. Joakim Noah was that nigga. But this ain't really about Joakim Noah, my favorite player, my favorite Bulls player at that time. Him, and then before that it was Ben Gordon, which I feel like some of the Chicago Bulls should show the same love and appreciation to Ben Gordon as y'all do with Derrick Rose, because Ben Gordon and Kirk Hinrich were the one that put the Bulls back on the map and took them to the playoffs. It wasn't D Rose, it was Ben Gordon and Kirk Hinrich. Them was the niggas that was putting them on the map and bringing them back to the playoffs after them being trash in the early 2000s with teams like Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler. But they was young though. Brad Miller, Ron Artest, and who else that was on that Bulls? Oh, Jamar Crawford. So yeah. But let me know if y'all feel like Derrick Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. I think he does, but I don't know, because it's very like his career was just short-lived. His prime was just short-lived. So I may have to say yeah, due to the fact that he couldn't help that he got injured at the peak of his prime in 2012. So maybe yeah. So I'm gonna say a maybe. But anyways, this is your boy, and just keep it like I'm just keeping it real. So make sure y'all keep it real and don't fake the funk. This your boy Chris the Kid. I'm out, and God bless, and y'all stay black, y'all. Peace.